Alright, so we finally getting around to doing this video about California. And one of the reasons that we weren't necessarily in a rush to do it is because we're still kind of dealing with the situation, which we'll explain later. But first of all, I just want to say that this trip wasn't a bad trip. Well, it started off good. I'm gonna say that. How long did it take us to get there?
2.5 days.
So we drove from Maryland to San Francisco. And like he said, it took us 2.5 days.
We was getting it.
We ran hard, like back to back to back. Like we ran hard. And of course, you know, we took our breaks and stuff like that we're supposed to take. But I mean, like, we didn't do anything outside of that. And it was a beautiful sight to drive to California. It was our first time. The furthest we've driven before was Vegas. So this is like our second time going that far. And I mean, it was okay. Like I said, I like the scenery. Was there anything you wanted to add? We did check out a place to eat. What was it called? You remember? It was a barbecue spot. I can't remember the name of it right now. Clearly you can't either because you're looking at me. You checked that out. Anything you want to add to that? Okay. So that was all fine. We got there. We kind of got lost on the back road to where the place was. And we delivered, was it tomato sauce?
No way to pick that tomato sauce after.
Okay, we picked up tomato sauce. What did we deliver? No, we delivered tomato sauce. Picked up potato something.
We'll pick up potato chips, yeah.
Yeah, we picked up potato chips to take it to Denver, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, before I get to Denver, I guess this is a kind of in-between thing, but we had to take a lot of hills in our new truck. Well, used, but it's new to us. And for us, I don't think the truck took the hills so well.
You know, you got certain trucks, I guess you could say, made for or they're spec for it, and I don't think necessarily, I mean, it didn't do necessarily bad, but it wasn't the best truck that I've driven on hills.
Yeah. So, I think I was taking those hills at some points at like 15 miles per hour.
But at the same time, you gotta realize we was loaded down, so ain't like we was just light.
Yeah. And we went, and some of the weather that we were in, or they considered out there to be, they had their lights on saying that we needed to have chains.
We didn't have none.
Yeah. And we didn't have chains, so we ended up having to buy a couple of chains, but we weren't prepared for that. So then we went to Denver, and people saw, okay. So when we got to Denver, we had an appointment time.
We was told the appointment time was at 6 o'clock in the morning, so we got there around like 4:35 in the morning, and I went to check in and everything. They like, your appointment ain't till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, what? See, our thinking was we was gonna get unloaded at 6, like we was told, and then get out of Denver. But we were lied to, and our appointment wasn't until 12.
And that's the reason why we ended up getting stuck in a snow blizzard. Why? That was.
We was at the TA out there. And I'm telling you, we left to deliver the load, and then by the time we got back, like 3 hours later, every spot was taken, side streets, everything was taken. So we just ended up posting up in front of the car wash or the truck wash that they had, and just walking down all night.
Now let me say this: had it have been us that were booking that trip, we would have been more on top of things. Granted, we did check the weather and stuff like that, but I don't think we did it where we should have. Now, when we went out here, this is around the time that we had contracted on with a smaller carrier, which was kind of a mom and pop thing. So this is where, I didn't took you from the good, I just took you to the bad, because that was the bad. Now, this is the ugly, okay? That mom and pop carrier that we were dealing with, they are the ones that booked the trip. I feel like they really.
I got it.
Okay.
We got with him because we seen him at the truck stop where we parked at, and he was like, "We can get y'all like 10,000 to 12,000 a week, easy." So I was like, "All right, that's more than we making right now. All right, we give y'all a try." All right, so we got everything we needed. Well, now we went and got loaded, and we started running with them. All right, so our trip out there, we made about $5,000 going out there. All right, so I'm like, all right, we halfway there. All right, and it's only one run. We halfway there. All right, might be good. But then, how many runs we run? 1 or 2? No, yeah, we did 3. But by the end of the week, we still wasn't at 10,000. So that for us was like your first week. You're supposed to be showing everybody, showing the person like what you got and what you can do. You don't supposed to be missing the mark in my opinion in the first week.
Right. So I guess long story short, we basically called them, and being as though we are used to this, we're owner operators. We book our loads. We make sure that we are running constantly and making the money as we need to. We called them and told them that this opportunity was not going to work for us, and that we might look into future opportunities with them, right?
Yeah, we called them, because when it came down to it, for 2 drivers that ran the way we ran on the 8th day, which is starting another week, we only had 8,000, and we was told that we can get 10 to 12, and then the stuff that we had to put up with in the process, getting stuck in a snowstorm, which comes down to basically the guy that was doing the loads loading us the wrong way, going us the wrong way into a storm versus going around the storm, which we would have done if we was the one calling the shots on it. So I got all that together. We was like, this is not gonna work out.
Yeah, and it's some things that we necessarily can't speak right at this time. Again, because we're still dealing with it. We actually ended up having to get attorneys involved because they don't want to pay us, and that's unacceptable. We did work, we want our money.
Yes.
So that's why we can't really speak on too many of the details. But basically, the fact of the matter is, we're not working with them anymore because they didn't want to pay us. So
we did all that running, and at the end of it, they talking about they don't want to pay us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how that situation ended up for us. If we ever go back to California or wherever, we'll be doing it ourselves. That was the 3rd time that we decided to deal with a smaller carrier, and it didn't work out. It doesn't work out dealing with the smaller mom and pop carriers, and so we won't work with them anymore. So anyway, other than that, in Denver, we enjoyed the trip. It was really nice to go out there. We didn't get to do anything, unfortunately. If we ever go back, we're going to make sure we take time to actually enjoy the trip, because that's what we do. We like to see different places and have fun while we're there. So, yep, that's basically it. Feel free to leave a comment. Show us some love. And we'll catch you guys soon. Have a great day. Peace.
Peace.